Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Money Talks, an exclusive conversation with some of the most brilliant minds in business, entrepreneurship, and finance. Today, we find ourselves once again in beautiful Hong Kong with the other side of this crazy e-commerce dynamic duo. I am here with a mastermind, a chief of operations, an SOP king, and a media buying wizard. I'm here with CHEUNG. Isaac, how are you, brother? Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you came all the way from Shenzhen today. I know you go back and forth every single day, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming today and spending some time with us. Before we dive into media buying, before we dive into building systems and operations for a 9-figure a year company, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I would say maybe you guys are probably one of the bigger drop shippers or e-commerce guys in Hong Kong. Is that?
Maybe, I think so.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're humble, bro. It's fair to say. Talk to me about how you got started. Let's take it back to the beginning.
Yeah, sure. So I think I started online marketing business around 2015. But in day one, I just tried to start how to make money online, and then the first business I tried is the Amazon. Yep.
FBA or?
FBA. Initially it's FBM, and then I try to fulfill some point that it's able to make money, but the scale is not really that. And then one day they shut down our account, and then oh my God, that's blah blah blah. And then I try to build up again, and then just few time. Maybe I just 2 to 3 months again. They banned
you again?
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you why they banned you?
Yeah, probably due to the shipment.
Oh, the shipment times something like that. I was talking with Angus, and he was telling me that like Amazon has just become extremely competitive in nature. Yeah. So when is it that you started 2015, Amazon FBA, did that ever work out? Were you making some money at all there, or were you just kind of testing it?
Yeah, testing during this, I think test around two years, but FBM is, during that time, I SBM, and then try to switch to FBA. Yeah. And then I felt the cash flow is really tough. And then I tried, and then that time some of my partner, I think I might not good and the money is not really good. So I left, and then I just completely stopped that and try to think, take a break, maybe just 2 weeks, and rethink myself why I was failed, and then I try to do the stretching again, and then find that should be my knowledge is not really good, because that time I just try to work and then work every day, but not really study the business model, how the business.
So you're trying to hustle without developing the necessary mental frameworks to be able to succeed.
Yeah. And then I try to learn and discover again, and that time joined the forum called the STM, and then I study all the SH, they mention all the case study there, and I make sure I fucking understand the model, and then I try to do that. I think that work, and that's how I start to make 4 figures a day. And then and in a mastermind in Hong Kong, I met Angus. So we just try to talk and discuss and find out, this guy is.
What year was that? 2017, 2016?
I think 2016. Yeah. And then we try to work and mastermind together, and then we go outside to mastermind other guy again. And then oh wow, it seems good. And then it's okay still make money in affiliate marketing, but this time T-Bank's he's doing T-Bank really good, and then switch to affiliate marketing. Yeah. And then after that, we find that affiliate marketing maybe have a little bit downtrend, but that time the Shopify dropshipping is really boom, and you got the time. So we try to switch there and just test. And in the beginning we have a few partner there, one already retired, and then we tried testing. Oh, there's this one film product really great, and then I'm trying to think of how can we scale more, because I think we got a good enough knowledge, so we just try to duplicate myself. So we just keep hiring, and then I think maybe just half a years we scale to 15 people in Hong Kong, and
crazy.
And have three media buyer team we mainly focus on, and then it makes more money, and then we try to keep hiring And yeah, that's how we build from the CEO to around 120 staff right now
120 staff
in Hong Kong.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And how many do you have in Shenzhen? Because I know you guys was it recently that you opened up?
No, I've opened around 3 months.
3 months ago?
Yeah, but in Shenzhen, the people for hiring is much faster.
That's what Angus was telling me, because
due to the population.
Due to the population and also the popularity of e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
For example, here people don't necessarily like e-commerce. Just like in the US, everybody's like, fuck e-com, fuck e-com.
Yeah.
But in Shenzhen, it seems to be like, hey, like e-commerce is a good business model.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have a lot of talent over there.
Yeah. So, and the cost there is
so cheap.
Much cheaper. I think 3 to 4 times cheaper than Hong Kong for people hiring.
So how many people do you have right there?
Around 15.
15?
Yeah.
15, 1-5 or 50?
50.
50.
Yeah.
You're going every single day now.
Yeah.
To Shenzhen.
Yeah.
Back and forth. That's like 2.5 hours commute every day.
Yeah, 2 hours, a little bit. Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that something that you're always going to be doing consistently, or what's your plan to not be traveling so much, bro?
Because during the past few years, this is because the COVID. So we didn't travel a lot. Actually, I quite like travel.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, I like travel. Yeah, but I think we need to really focus on makes the business smooth first, and then when we see the business, maybe I can take a week to travel.
A week to just travel, go
yeah,
visit?
And then back to hustle again.
What week? What country are you thinking about visiting? Do you have something? What's your favorite country?
Japan for me.
Japan for you?
Yeah.
Angus just got back from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys traveled together to
No.
You guys have to do a boys trip out there, bro. Make sure
maybe one day.
Yeah, bro.
So maybe also.
Yeah, bro, I'm down. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Do you snowboard?
Yeah.
You snowboard? Okay, then we got to hit the mountains. I recently started snowboarding, so I'm ready for a boys trip out there. But you mentioned something really funny. You said, I got to keep hustling.
Yeah.
How is it that you are in a financial position, right, where you guys are doing 9 figures a year, which is absolutely crazy, and you still have this mindset of continuing to hustle? Kind of what's your mindset there?
For me, because I feel maybe it's due to my personality, I think the responsibility is really quite important. I always think of my family and my staff, because when you maybe you lazy a few days and the business not running really great, and then your staff may lose the job, and actually they need your help and your money to feed their family. They all depends on you. So that's why I'm not the day one. Maybe day one I only focus myself, and just the solo, and I during the in the beginning affiliate marketing I solo, and then I can travel around the world and
do your own thing.
Yeah, but for now we have structure, so no.
It's a little bit difficult now because you're a leader.
Yeah.
So you're not only taking care of your family.
Yeah.
Your baby.
Yeah.
But you're also taking care of other people's families as a byproduct of having to hire them.
Yeah.
And if the business isn't performing, you have to lay off people, you have to fire them, and ultimately that affects their family. So you kind of have that weight or that burden or responsibility on your shoulders to take care of them. But that wasn't always the case. So tell me about 2017, how you guys kind of started your e-commerce journey in Shopify. Talk to me about how you started building out your team. What were the most important roles in the beginning that you wanted to make sure you were covering before we kind of get into scaling? How were the first couple days or first couple months in your Shopify journey?
Yeah, for the first couple months, definitely focus on the media buying. Every day we do the product testing. I think because we have some experience for the Facebook marketing, so we really fast to find the winning product, and then so maybe 1.5 months, and then we already have a quite good positive campaign. Not only me, Angus also. So then we just understand that we need to focus to find a good supplier. So we just, because we can speak the Mandarins. So
you speak the language, so it's a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, so for us, much easier to find a supplier, and then a good more communication with them. So luckily we find a quite good one. So we just try to, and then when you have a good supplier, we think that because the dispute rate is all really important. So I just focus on the back end, the customer part, the customer service. So how to maintain the good dispute rate. So using the online job.ph to have build a virtual assistant team.
So you had your Filipinos team.
Yeah, and around 200 people there. Yeah. So to help us to answer
the customer service tickets and the PayPal disputes.
Yeah,
and all that
every
shit.
day. Yeah. So we and then we try to deal with that, and I hire a customer service manager and train them to take out my role, and then I try to focus on the other part like the human resource and the finance part, and keep them, make sure every part running smooth, and then maybe focus more for the media buying part.
So before we get into the media buying, because I want you to give me some secrets of media buying, I want to talk about how you create a manager, how you train a manager, and then how you basically give the manager the responsibilities that you first had. So I see a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general, they're kind of doing everything.
Yeah.
Right? They're doing the customer service. They're not training their teams well. They're impatient with their teams. They do the media buying. They do the posting on social media. They do the creatives. They basically do everything. Talk to me a little bit about your process of cloning yourself, right? And finding somebody that can take your role so that then you can focus on more important things. What's the process for you?
So I think initially you have to think the task, because only for the media buyer we only request them to have only doing the media buying part, and for the creative part, and then we hire other creative guy to help them to make the creative. And then that time we also have hire someone doing the copywriting, but nowadays you can use ChatGPT. Right. Yeah. So that's how we make sure that they understand the system, and then what we think you need to pay them well, really pay them well for the media buying for dropship business, because you need to check the stat.
For sure.
Yeah, very very frequently. So we monitor them and make sure them they understand how to scale testing product. So every day they only do the sourcing part and on spy and which product maybe potential good, and then try to mix our own version, and then making our own lender, because we don't allow. I think the secret is maybe we don't copy directly. Yeah, because we find that when you copy 100% directly, the quality for your current conversion will drop. That's how we find, and then we just make sure that they follow all our routine during the day.
So that's my question. How do you create that routine? Because you can't just assume that somebody's going to learn these things and that they're going to be able to follow them, because you've probably had it, right? That you hire a manager, let's say a customer service manager, not a customer service rep, but a manager, and they may not necessarily be doing their job all the time the right way. So how do you and your company establish a process to make sure that things get done the way that you want them to get done?
So you just make sure that you have some checkpoint, because you need to understand your business the stat. Let's say the PayPal dispute rate, that is that you can over 1.5%, right?
Right.
So I in first few months I almost them how's the dispute rate right now. So make sure that they how many ticket the virtual assistant is answering, how's the quality they're answering. I check their response and check the stat how they did, and also I talk with the PayPal manager also, not our own,
but
outside
the manager at PayPal.
Yeah. So how she feels our manager doing. So the feedback not only from
Like how would, like, so for example, you would go to the PayPal rep and be like,
Yeah.
hey, I have somebody responding the disputes on our behalf. Is the quality of the responses,
so how they feel, and
is it up to par? Is
Yeah.
it up to standard with what you guys want?
yeah,
So you're getting feedback directly from the company as well.
yeah. So not only me for the dispute part, but for medium part, we just make sure they have the stat, whether they check the stat, and then we initially call them, I think, every day for the media buyer. For during the training session, we call them every day to make sure that they really understand the stat. So
the statistics of everything, all the data points that they need to make sure that they hit.
So I think you need to really understand all the data point. Like you said, all the data point. We have a guideline about the data point, so they need to fulfill the KPI we give them. So make sure that and as ourselves, we only initially I focus on one team, make sure one team running smooth first, and then go to other team. So
you're not jumping from team to team to team. No. You're just full focus on this team. So if it's the media buying, you're not focused on any other team. You're focused on the media buying team. If it's the customer service team that needs improvement, you're fully focused on the customer service team.
Initially, make sure this team meets our standard.
And now that you're kind of testing these people and you have these reps, do you usually pool like the best rep and make them a manager? Do you assign somebody, or do you go and hire a manager from outside of the company to make them manager, or you always hire them from within? And bump them up? How does that work?
I think it's really good because initially when for staff, when they see the college go to the next level, and then they have more motivation to try to hit more number. And maybe one day I can get promoted to go to the higher manager. So honestly, we don't hire external to go inside to be really high level senior manager, because in Hong Kong people don't like the ecom business. And we find a guy we interview trying to ask other maybe higher level guy, they don't understand the game. So sometimes because
they have a senior title or role doesn't necessarily mean that they understand the business or that they're good.
Totally.
So you have so it's good because what you're doing is you're giving, for example, a customer service rep, if I'm not mistaking it, you're giving them hope, you're giving them the opportunity to see the vision that they can grow with the company. So hey, if I put in the hours, if I work, if I learn my business well, one day I'm going to be able to make more money. One day I'm going to be a customer service manager. One day I could continue growing. Is that correct? Is that how you guys do it? That's awesome. That's usually how I've seen things work extremely well is by taking those people that have been with me since day one and really being able to be in a situation whereby you empower them. Because bro, you know it better than me. Fucking e-commerce, every single day you're trying to put out fires. So if you're not putting out fires and shit isn't hitting the fan, then you end up in a situation where people can leave because their morale is low, they get exhausted. But if they feel empowered because, hey, I'm here for the long term because I'm not just going to be a customer service rep my entire time, then they have potentially better work ethic or more motivation, things like this, right?
Yeah, for sure. And we also maybe he be interested. Maybe for media buying side, we also let them try.
Oh, so you basically cross-train them as well?
Sometimes some other staff see, let's say they're doing too creative, and they see their manager, the meeting buyer make good money, and for the creative guys, sometimes they will ask, whether I can try that.
Oh yeah, maybe I can try it.
Yeah, maybe we give them. Why not? We just give them chance. And then some guy really doing great job for that, and turn into from the creative. The mixture and then to the media buyer.
Wow. So you're totally okay with not keeping people under the same roles that they've had, allowing them to play around the company. How important is, creating a good company culture, a happy place to work, an exciting place to work, even if it's an e-commerce business? How important has that kind of been for you guys?
I think we need to all beside we doing the job. Sometimes we also need to pay with them, party with them, so that not really only about business, and also about some relationship. Because when you have a good relationship with your staff, And I think they really follow your strategy and follow your heart, and you need to pay them well for sure. Yeah, that's how we keep them motivated. Yeah, so just like we try to expand to Samsung, we allow some media buyer to take the lead for our Samsung team.
Really?
So, yeah. So maybe just a little bit share to them also. So we really give them share so they feel have the chance to get promoted.
And that's kind of like the way where you truly become a CEO, when you start giving shares of your company, when you start paying people better to give you more freedom and more time.
Yeah.
Now, did you always think this way? Or initially it was all like, oh, it's all about me, hustle, small team, keep all the money? Or did you always have this company culture mindset of, let me bring in people, let me build a team together? How did you used to process that? Or was it always the same?
It's always the same for me.
Always the same.
Yeah, because actually I from my living standard, I'm really good, already have a good revenue passive income. So I actually want my staff make more money, so more happy. So that's why I take their income, their the responsibility really serious, because I really want them really living good.
Yes. So you take care of your team.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You said that you also kind of play in the side of media buying, and you spend some time with the media buying team. Do you now, running the company, do you spend time looking for strategies at all yourself, or are you completely disconnected from that and you just allow the media buying team to go and find new strategies? They have their testing budget to find new strategies as well. Or do you get your hands dirty sometimes?
Yeah, I would definitely also go into the media buying still, because Facebook always changing really quick. So sometimes the method is work, and then today is not working. So I also already talk to the other masterminds, and they may say other traffic source is good, and we might also test that. So yeah, definitely I'm not only totally out of the media buying.
So you're not completely disconnected from the media buying. You're always coming in and testing.
Yeah.
Angus was telling me about some of the horror stories when the iOS update kind of happened.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, bro.
Yeah, during the iOS update, because we have our own SaaS project.
Yeah.
So our
your own what?
We had the deep codify the software. Yeah. So that's how we used to make our conversion rate better. The checking is really disconnected, and the data is all messed up.
For sure.
Yeah. During that time, oh my God, we have few months the campaign almost no profit, and few months lost money also. But you have so many staff there, they follow you. We have to keep paying down. That time it's so stressful. But thank God. So after a few months, luckily we figure out, and the Facebook seems not go back to normal. So yeah, so we try to make the funnel better. How to make the conversion rate to boost a little bit, and the AOV. So that's how we overcome the iOS for the update.
So, in your opinion, what is the first role that somebody building an e-commerce business should hire? So, if I'm out here, I have my own store, let's say I'm doing 100 grand, 200, 300 grand a year, small numbers, beginner numbers, but I'm just getting started. What are the first roles that I should hire in my team?
I think must be the media buyer for me, because you really need to profit to keep the business keep running. If you don't have money, every part seems not.
It's useless.
Yeah, totally.
So, in your opinion, now let's jump into media buying a little bit. What have you found to be the best media buying traffic sources today? Is it still Facebook?
Yeah, I think still Facebook, because we also test some Google and TikTok. But for the longevity and the stable, Facebook is still the best one from our testing.
Talk to me about some strategies that without going in too crazy depth of things that are proprietary, but what are some strategies that you guys see that nowadays that are working well inside Facebook media buying?
For the media buying part, I think the creative part is taking the most important one. So we do mostly 100% for white label for our business right now. We don't if you use just said you find some product maybe potential, and then we change the logo and we design a little bit for the package, and we also make sure the logo is there is no infringement there.
Copyright. Yeah.
So what's we think that because everyone really easy right now to find your product. So if your branding white label name product is not able to find in the internet, and we find the conversion rate seems higher for us. So that's how we really doing the creative part. And for doing the targeting part, we just do broad targeting.
Broad targeting?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about broad targeting. How exactly are you guys running it? Like no interest?
No interest.
No interest.
No interest.
Fuck.
So, yeah, definitely no interest, because you honestly, I think you just need to trust the Facebook pixel.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you season or optimize the pixel in your opinion nowadays? Is that even a thing anymore?
I think the pixel is still the key, because
some pixels are more healthy than others. Some pixels work, some pixels don't work. Some ad accounts work, some ad accounts don't work. Some BMs work, some other BMs don't work.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how do you season your pixel to make sure that it's firing correctly?
So our tech guy will check whether the front end, the conversion, and compare the number and to the back end whether they are matched. But you can't make 100% correct right now, because due to the iOS update, maybe 17% is still 80% still good. So what we do, you just have a after checking, make sure the checking is good, and then we have a pixel BM there. So make sure the BM pixel BM holding, you just share to different account to use that pixel. Let's say you are running some beauty product, and then make sure this is beauty pixel, and then share to whenever you run the beauty product, you already have some data.
You don't start a new pixel for that product or for that new store. You have a pixel base per niche.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So has it ever happened that a pixel stops working and that you completely have to scrap it or change it? Or do you just keep the pixel as just the main tracking tool? You just season it, optimize it, warm it up, keep it kind of like growing in intelligence per se, or in data points? Or are there times where you have to completely change it?
Definitely, we also want some new pixel to keep testing. Just quite funny, yesterday we also test some new pixel. We find it's already beats the current pixel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely testing, but we normally just keep make sure that this is the pixel still there, so you have some benchmark and some optimized point. You think this is good. So yeah, for sure we keep the pixel for test new product, and also we want maybe sometime if we find the performance is not able to make money, we will test new pixel also. So I think pixel really important. So because sometimes your account maybe get your BM get disabled, and then you lost the pixels, and this time you need to have a new pixel for sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
but also one tip we do is also we train the pixel. During some, let's say we want some beauty products during the testing, we also not only want one pixel, we also have another pixel back end, so that you have another pixel to also get the data from your current store. When this pixel go down, and you have another pixel to be back up. So that's why you have more data.
So how do you do that exactly?
So many checking app, they have a multiple pixel allowed in the same time. Just make sure you don't want only one single pixel.
So you're not running single pixel to make sure if something goes down, because that's connected to a specific BM or a specific ad account, and if that goes down or it's temporarily down, you need to make sure you have a backup that you're utilizing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how important is making sure you have, backups for every single part of your business? Because if you're having it with your pixels, I'm assuming you have it with everything else as well, right?
Yeah. this is really important because just like account solve, you can't only have one account agency. Also, we also use different kind of agency because just like recently, one agency just got shut down. I think you also know that. So make sure that you don't have a single point of failure. Because it always has a plan B. Whenever this go down, you have a backup. Really, really important. Because if you don't have plan B, just many people gonna lost your job.
Literally.
Yeah. So that's why you need to make sure that
You have a plan B.
yeah, we have exactly. We don't have a single point of failure, I can say.
So having multiple points of failure is extremely important in business, specifically in e-commerce, because you're dealing with so much bullshit 24/7. But you talked about having broad targeting. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I got the Facebook ad secret. But in your opinion, the secret is in the creative. Talk to me a little bit about when you mean the creative. Is it in the angle that you talk about the product? Talk to me a little bit about the creative process.
So for the creative part, you don't want to just maybe spy someone working, but you just need to make sure that you create your own version and follow their structure. Like the first 2 seconds, you need to catch the attention, and then for what's the creative part we mentioned, maybe you can ask if possible just add some social proof and some other factor like how's this element helping to solve the problem, and then and show them some before, so after the difference, so they catch their attention, and then
the before and afters are a little bit tricky, right?
Yeah, very tricky. You can't just left right.
You can't just left right. Yeah. You have to kind of like play around with it to make sure that you're still within the terms and conditions of the policy. So you know how. So let's say I'm taking, I don't know. Let's do an oil product.
Yeah.
That is good for muscles. Is your targeting like, oh, hey, this is good for people that are older, and then you kind of run the targeting specifically to that video that it'll target older people? Or if it's a pregnant lady, right, you'll make the creative design specifically for the pregnant lady? Or do you have it more as a broad type video, or do you have it more like niched depending on the different type of person that you're trying to?
We all focus on the niche for that, but for the targeting, we still don't do the interest targeting.
So niche creative, broad targeting on the advertising.
Yeah. So what we only choose the gender and the country for the targeting. Other interest, just let them.
Just let Facebook do its own thing. Now let me ask you this: you guys are doing this with seasoned pixels. If you were doing it with a completely new store and a completely new pixel, would it be the same?
Yeah, we will create a new pixel.
But would you run it with no interest as well?
Still no interest.
Still no interest, because Facebook has enough data to feed you the right people.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think so. So don't challenge them.
What are the top countries right now that you have seen? Obviously, the US is is the biggest one, but what are other countries that you think targeting for e-commerce are in like the top tier?
Yeah. So for us, actually, for us, we are top tier in the United States. Few years ago, around 70%, but right now keep dropping, maybe 15 something. I think last week around 57%. Mostly, I think doing right now much better in the Germany store. Like the speaking German language, you need to translate all to German language and make sure that you have the Corona payments. Yeah, because without Corona, you can't do the German.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think our revenue more expand to European part.
So you're expanding to European countries.
Yeah.
How much did you say your percentage is right now of US?
57% around.
50? 57% right now of your sales are coming from the US.
Yeah, tier one US, Canada, Australia,
in the UK. That's your 57%.
Yeah.
And then have you guys been playing at all with Asian markets? Because Asian markets I know are completely different.
No,
Not at all?
No. So we just normally we have Asian order, but it's because we target worldwide and exclude some country that we not support. So that's why we got some Asian order. So but only for specific language targeting for the Asian country we did the trial.
No Africa, cash on delivery, anything like that?
Not yet.
Not yet. But in the considerations?
Yeah. We just want to make sure our European parts running well first. Yeah.
So you were running mostly US. Now you're scaling out to Europe.
Yeah.
What countries have you found to be successful in Europe? I know you mentioned UK obviously as a tier 1, Germany. Are there any other ones that you think are worth considering? I know I have some friends that are now doing like $10-15 million a year in like the Nordic countries like Norway and Sweden. What other countries have you found to be really good for e-commerce?
German, Austria, and Switzerland if you're doing the German language. Yeah. So last week we have a other team, they try to translate to French and doing only target French, still able to making 10K a day.
10K a day.
Revenue. Yeah, so I think still local language with public the payment processor, you're still able to make good money. Yeah, so that's what we recently trying to scale more, because it's what easy only doing English language and then target.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But right now we need
if you want more money, you got to scale it out.
Yeah, and then the CPM and the competitors for the English language
is so hard.
Yeah, so hard right now. So yeah, definitely it is still.
How many stores? You don't have to give me the specific amount, but give me a general number. How many stores are you guys running to do $100 million a year? Over 100 stores. Fucking crazy, bro. How do you manage 100 stores? Do you have a team for every store? Do you have a team for every 4 stores? How does that kind of look like?
So we just let the team to open the store they want, and then when the media buyer can hire some junior media buyer, and then for the junior media buyer they can open their own store, and only the big guy will report to us directly, but we check their store performance number, and because we have a good accountant to calculate their profit daily, so we just make sure that the store is making profit then. Yeah.
Do you have a profit share with your media buyers at all set in place, or no?
Not yet. We only give them based on their revenue, their performance.
Based on their revenue, so it's their performance. It's based on performance.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so basically making sure that if they're performing, they're getting paid in accordance to their performance, not just the base salary.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, 100 stores, fucking crazy, bro. What was the biggest kind of nightmare situation? Did you ever have a nightmare situation or a bad scenario with a media buyer that, overspent budget, or are you guys very good at managing how much budget you distribute per media buyer before that?
Definitely has some nightmare, just like some guy forgot to manage campaign and then it's overspent $1,000 more and then lost over 4 figures. They definitely have that, but after that we fought the team lead really hard and then just make sure that they don't happen again. But we also count the loss to our because our media buyer salary is based on the performance, right? The profit. When they are the junior making some loss, the media buyer also had to deduct the loss. That's why to make sure that they don't.
Where are they deducting the loss from?
From their profit.
From their profit.
Yeah.
So they are very intentional of, hey, I'm not going to fuck up this campaign. I'm going to make sure everything's set up properly, because they are financially incentivized that if they fuck up,
yeah, you also fuck up.
They fuck up.
Yeah.
It costs them money too.
Yeah.
That's a great model.
Yeah.
That's a really good working model. How much of your media buying team is in China versus in other places of the world? Is it mostly in China?
No, mostly in Hong Kong right now.
Mostly in Hong Kong? Because they speak English, it's easier for them to communicate? Or how do you have a lot of these team members that don't speak foreign languages running stores and things of this nature, or building creatives in different languages? Are you just using ChatGPT? Do you have a translator? Do you have a person that you hire on Upwork or some shit that does the translation for you? How does that work?
So normally in Hong Kong it's quite good for they speak English, they understand, so they write. But right now we only mainly using the ChatGPT to do the content creation, and for the translate, we completely use the ChatGPT.
How are you building creative? So for example, let's say you're on a spy tool. You guys are still using spy tools?
Yeah, for sure.
What is your favorite spy tool?
Spy ad library, Facebook ads library.
Okay, Facebook ads library, just going straight to the source.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, you see a product that you want to test.
Yeah.
How do you test it prior to white labeling it? What's the sequence there? How do you test the product to make sure that it's a winning product before you go out and do all the nonsense to actually white label the product?
So for testing for that, you need to see the ad, spy the app. You think this might be working good. You can see the like and versus the comment ratio.
Correct.
Yeah. Normally for us, we think maybe 30% VO. This is a good post. And we also observe spy them master daily whether their like is still keep going up. If they keep
How many days do you calculate it usually? 7 days, 10 days, 14 days?
3 days long.
3 days?
Yeah, because when we also see the ratio is around 30%, we think it's already good signal to go. So and then we create our own version. We white label that the brand name, and we follow the structure, the video, the creative, and then try to remake that to similar version.
How quickly? Obviously, you take the creative that's working, you optimize it, you make it a little bit better, you add your own tweaks, your own taste. How quickly is it from you identifying a product on a spy tool based off of the data points that are your metrics of, hey, this is a winner, to you actually launching the store in the product? How many days go by?
Right now, I think 2 day max.
2 day turnaround?
Yes, because we tell a lot of, because we have a big team, So
that's
I think
crazy, bro.
We just really quick to we make the our own version because we really have a big team.
So how quickly are you pumping out these creatives, dude?
Because they are already my staff already really experienced. I think 1 to 2 days should be good enough.
But okay, how quickly does it take you to get the samples?
I think if we shoot our own version, then this take longer time for sure.
Yeah.
But if we just doing some searching, I think within 2 to 3 days max already.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What is the number one, not a product that you're running now? You can't tell me the magnet eyelashes because Angus already told me that you guys crushed that one. But tell me another one that you guys are no longer running, that you actually followed this formula of seeing it in a spy tool or seeing it online to actually you launching a store and then you turning it into a winner. Not something that you're currently running, maybe something in the past.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
I think the push-up bar. Yeah, the push-up bar one.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did it do? How did it go?
Yeah, because when we tried to spy some, around 2018, I think, when we tried to doing some spy, we find that the ratio is really good and their daily life is pumping every day. And then we just try to follow their lambda structure and create our own version. And then we during this time, because we don't really have lots of stuff, so we edit the video ourselves. So before you hire the video editor, you just make sure that you understand how they make a good video. Yeah, make sure they follow, because if you just random hire some guy, they create their own artificial video, but actually the artificial one is look great but not converting to make you money, right? So we just this time I mix my own version and make sure that I'm really able to the giveaway good and convert. So that time we contact our supplier to make our only the big version. So that time how we do the big number for the push-up bar.
How much did you make on the push-up bars?
I think over 5 million or over should be.
5 million in how long?
that product running over 8 months.
8 months
Yes.
on one store.
Yeah, that product is really good.
That one fucking good, bro.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
Lovely. Now I want to transition a little bit back to teams and kind of building your organization. Media buyers being the most important thing.
For sure.
What's the second most important position in your opinion? Do you start getting rid of customer service tasks and hiring people for that? Do you start getting senior management in place? What's your process there?
Beside the media buying part, I think the customer service part is second important, because when you have a good customer service, your PayPal account, actually you can try to talk with them to bargain lower reserve rate, and then if you have a good performance for some kind of chargeback rate, and you have a good volume, during that time you can even try to talk with your Stripe rep or WellPay and Carrera rep to bargain lower price, and that way is also help you increase your profits also. So second part, I think customer service is really damn important, because we had a case during the COVID-19. That time the shipment is really full up, and our chargeback and also the dispute just spread, and then that time we got lots of refund, and our PayPal rep really asking us to make some fine. So yeah,
I heard you had an $800,000 fine.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, so
I heard it was crazy, bro.
So yeah, really.
But I also heard you guys were awarded by PayPal for your performance. Can you tell me about that? What was your award? You guys got some awards from PayPal for like?
Yeah, we got a best sellers, one of the best sellers, in the past few couple years in the ecom area.
In the e-commerce area, you're one of the top sellers.
Yeah,
PayPal.
top seller. Yeah,
crazy. Now wrapping up, what are the 2 biggest lessons that you've learned ever since you kind of got started in your entrepreneurship journey? What are the 2 lessons that continue to repeat themselves in your life that you're like, hey, throughout all these years, these are the 2 things that are the biggest things that I've learned?
I think initially you need to really understand the game first, and then make sure that you follow a right vehicle, and then just keep building a good habit, and then just keep hustling for the right model. Just trust them, because initially you may have a really struggle, but during that time you need to try to talk with some other guy that's really doing great already.
You need to find either a mentor or find a network that is doing well that you can kind of acquire information from.
Yeah, for me it's just go to events and meet some guy lucky.
Capital Club.
Yeah, Capital Club for sure. Yeah, many good guy. Yeah, and then you when you find some really doing, they can give you some advice. It's many good people outside. Yeah, and then you can see the picture. If the guy able to make that, why I can't make that, right? So
it opens up your eyes.
Yeah,
and your perspectives.
Yeah. And then second part, beside the mastermind, you also need to build some good relationship with your current model, the guy not only inside, also outside also. Just like what I said, the PayPal rep, and then the Stripe rep, and then some other source.
Yeah, like payment processing, fulfillment.
Yeah, fulfillment. Yeah.
Do you even have Facebook business reps at this point? Or is it a little bit harder?
Not directly, but we know someone.
Yeah. Because and for ad accounts, is that something that you recommend people source from third parties? Is that something you recommend them trying to source directly from Facebook? Are you guys using agency accounts?
We also use agency accounts.
Agency accounts? Are the agency accounts that you're using, are those like topped up, or do you have like access to input your own cards?
They top up. We also top up. We also get some good credit.
Yeah, you have both of them.
Yeah, both. because we test this one.
So basically, it all comes down to relationships with people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like make sure that the data sets or the information that you're receiving from people, around you. For example, in 2000, I think it was end of 17, beginning of 18, Steve Tan showed me an 111,000 day in ecom. He was like, oh, we were like in a mastermind. And he showed me, he's like, oh, this is what one of our stores did today. And it was I was like, oh shit. And that to me gave me the belief, the belief that, oh, I can.
Yeah, for
and then,
sure.
Boom, 4 months later, 5 months later, first $100,000 a day, right? But until then, it wasn't possible in my mind.
Yeah.
Do you guys still go to masterminds? Do you guys still go to events and network with high-level e-commerce entrepreneurs around, or either in Shenzhen or in other places of the world?
We still go.
We still go?
Yeah, we still go. Still a lot of networking. Yeah, because in some zones, actually, there are also many big players there. So
always room for scaling.
Yeah, and also for their more Facebook rep is there. So
really,
yeah, I think so. Maybe Facebook strategy, I don't know.
It makes sense, right? Like it's go and give them like the new tactics and information of what's working so they spend more money. And then the second one is make sure that you're building relationships with the third parties that are not just inside of your company, but outside of your company.
Sure, for sure.
To maintain the health of your business and to maintain the health of the areas of your business that you don't directly control, like fulfillment. You need to understand, like Angus was telling me, he's like, you need to make sure that your fulfillment team is actually fulfilling 100% of the orders. Yeah. Because maybe they're fulfilling 98%. Yeah. And they're keeping that 2% and they're fucking you.
Oh, yeah. That's how really China makes money, because they're really careful. They don't ship or just let 2%, but you don't die because due to the net of 2% not received. Because really that side, there's some bad China logistics company. Yeah, they can change the tracking number evil.
They check they change the tracking and the checking of the tracking.
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. Yeah. What is your recommendation to find a good supplier? Do you recommend finding them through your network? Do you recommend finding them online? What is your opinion?
Firstly, for us, we find through online, because our website is because we can speak Mandarin. So we go to the China site for Alibaba, which called 1688.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
so
familiar.
we don't use Alibaba. We just use 1666 directly. And then when we try to do some order testing and see how they respond. If they respond not, you find the guy not responsive, then just let them go. And then we keep testing some guy really good. And then we also do some site visiting to them.
Site visiting.
Yeah, for sure.
Extremely important.
Just make sure the guy is not cheating you,
and that is legit, because sometimes that seller is just the middleman, just a drop shipper for another seller.
Yeah,
and then they're just fulfilling on your behalf. Sure. Let me ask you, with regards to building these relationships with these manufacturers, back in 2019, I went to Guangzhou in Shenzhen to actually meet my suppliers. But a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that because they're getting started and they won't have really the ability to visit China. What are some red flags to look out for when it comes to suppliers? Some things that you can identify really quickly.
I think for during the testing order, if you've checked the system and they're checking the longevity for the delivery time is really bad, then those suppliers you can't trust them. And then for foreigner, I think when they really try to make good progress, they need to hire some translator to communicate locally.
So, brother, these have all been phenomenal insights about e-commerce. I look forward to visiting your guys' office and kind of seeing some behind the scenes.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
What you guys have been doing. Thank you so much for taking the time and imparting some information, some wisdom about e-commerce. And I look forward to kind of redoing this in the near future when you guys are doing $200 million a year.
Yeah, sure.
Brother,
thank
Isaac,
you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was another episode of Money Talks. I hope you guys were able to unlock some crazy data sets as much as I did. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.